Okay, we're going to cook my rosemary chicken with Savoy cabbage and bacon. Really, really nice, quick dish and great for after work. So first off, we just need to get the pan on for the chicken. So I'm just using a small frying pan on the low burner but at full heat. So pop that on and we'll go and season the chicken. Okay, all we need to do is just a good pinch of salt and a twist of pepper on both sides of the chicken breast. Over. And the same on the other side. Go. Now if you take the chicken and your sprig of rosemary over to the hob, we'll get these cooking. So all we need to do is just pop a little swirl of oil in the pan and then pop the chicken breast straight in. And there you go, you can hear that sizzle, that's really good. That's the sound that you want to hear. It shows that the chicken is just starting to cook and the pan temperature is perfect. And just take your sprig of rosemary and just pop it in the pan in the middle. You don't need to do anything fancy with it, and it'll just infuse the chicken just delicately and nicely. So get rid of your chopping board and wash your hands, and we'll make the next step. Right, we need to turn on the pan for the bacon. Hopefully you've got your pan of salted boiling water already for the cabbage. There's only 3 pans, there's not that much to do at the same time, so don't worry about that. So the chicken, don't need to do anything. Hopefully you can smell the rosemary. That'll start infusing everything really, really nicely now. So all we're going to do is pop the bacon on now. So again, a little swirl of oil in the pan. It's only about a teaspoon of oil I'm using each time. And then in with your bacon lardons. We're going to get those nice and crispy. So I'm just going to turn the heat down on the chicken now, just to about a medium heat. Still on the low burner. That's fine for it. Sorry for the noise. And just give the bacon a good stir, just to get it coated in the oil. Right, and now it's ready to put the cabbage on. So go and get your cabbage, and then we just drop this into the boiling water. Good. Just press that down so that it gets nicely covered with the water. And all we're going to do is we're literally just blanching this, so it's just going to be in the water for about a minute. And then we're going to take that out. And what we're going to do then is drain the cabbage, and then we're going to put the cabbage into a bowl of cold water. But don't worry about that, we'll do that together at the right time. So just giving the bacon a stir. You want to get a lot of colour on the bacon, want it to get nice and crispy. So I've got that on one of the medium burners, but on the full heat. And we're just going to check the chicken. There we go, that's looking nicely on that side. We'll give it hopefully yours is looking like this. And we'll just give that another minute on the same side before turning it. And we're going to go and we can go and drain the cabbage now. So you can turn the heat off, turn the heat off and go and drain the cabbage, and then I'll show you what to do. Okay, so you've got your bowl of cold water, and all we're going to do is just put the cabbage into the cold water. And basically, the point of this is just to instantly stop the cooking process, because then it'll mean that, see, it's nice and brightly coloured, and it'll still have a little bit of crisp to it. So just move it around with your fingers, just to make sure that it's getting, the water's getting in amongst all of it. And we can just leave that, and then we'll be ready to go and turn the chicken. There we go. So hopefully yours is looking like this, just nicely coloured but not burnt on the outside. And then we'll do it for about another 3 or 4 minutes on that side, and that'll be perfect. So let's see how our bacon's getting on. There we go, it's getting really nice and crispy now. That's exactly what we want. So what I need you to do now is go and drain the cabbage again and bring that back over to the hob, because we're going to pop that in with the bacon. Right, so just give the bacon another little stir, and then in with the cabbage, the cold cabbage now. There we go. Now we're just going to toss all this together so that the cabbage gets coated with all the oil from the bacon, and it'll get all flavoured together. And then back on the heat, just to heat the cabbage back through before we add the cream. So good idea now to season the cabbage. So you go and get your salt and pepper, and then good couple of twists of pepper, and a good pinch of salt, and give that a stir. Go. And all we're doing now is just heating the cabbage through, and let's see how our chicken's doing. There we go, that's nice, and you can feel the chicken. It's just got a little bit of too much give in it, and that means that it's not quite cooked through yet. So I think that'll probably be about another minute. Right, so the cabbage will be all heated through now, so we just need to add the cream. Okay, so in with the cream, about 100 millilitres of the single cream, and I'm going to push this onto the main burner just to get this to bubble away. Right, and all we want to do now is just get the cream to bubble away and reduce slightly, and we'll be all ready to go. Right, let's see the chicken now. Yeah, see that's perfect. It's a little bit firmer now. It's been on for probably about 9 minutes now, so I think if you can just get a board, pop the chicken on, and that'll be, we're almost ready to go. You can smell the rosemary really nicely now. Right, so the cabbage and bacon's just bubbling away. Just leave that to it, and we'll go and carve the chicken. So all we need to do with the chicken is just cut it at an angle through like this. And then the same with the other one. Ow. Careful, it will be hot. And see, it's perfectly cooked through in the middle, but still nice and moist. So we leave that, and then we can go and get the cabbage and the bacon. That'll be all done. There we go. Hopefully yours is looking like this, bubbling away nicely. That's perfect. So you can turn the heat off and take everything over to your work surface, and we'll be ready to plate up. Right, all we need to do now is just take your bowl or plate if you're using one, and then just spoon the cabbage and the bacon into a nice pile in the middle. Like that. And then arrange the chicken breasts over the top. And that's it done. I hope you enjoy it. There's only 3 pans, there's not that much to do at the same time, so don't worry about that. So the chicken, don't need to do anything. Hopefully you can hear, smell the rosemary. That'll start infusing everything really, really nicely now. So all we're going to do is pop the bacon on now. So again, a little swirl of oil in the pan. It's only about a teaspoon of oil I'm using each time. And then in with your bacon lardons. And a twist of pepper on both sides of the chicken breast. Over. And the same on the other side. There we go. Now if you take the chicken and your sprig of rosemary over to the... Okay, we're going to cook my rosemary chicken with Savoy cabbage and bacon. Really, really nice, quick dish and great for after work. So first off, we just need to get the pan on for the chicken. So I'm just using a small frying pan on the low burner but at full heat. So pop that on and we'll go and season the chicken. Okay, all we need to do is just a good pinch of salt on, nothing fancy with it, and it'll just infuse the chicken just delicately and nicely. So get rid of your chopping board and wash your hands, and we'll make the next step. Right, we need to turn on the pan for the bacon. Hopefully you've got your pan of salted boiling water already for the cabbage. We'll get these cooking. So all we need to do is just pop a little swirl of oil in the pan, and then pop the chicken breast straight in. And there you go. You can hear that sizzle. That's really good. That's the That's the sound that you want to hear. It shows that the chicken is just starting to cook and the pan temperature is perfect. And just take your sprig of rosemary and just pop it in the pan in the middle. You don't need to do